Mesopotamia. In Mesopotamia, builders had almost no stone, so they dried river mud into bricks. They stacked these bricks into tiered ziggurats. The lower levels held stores and small shrines, and the top platform carried the main temple. In later Babylon, bricks were baked hard in kilns. True arches appeared in drains and gateways, and the famous Ishtar Gate was coated with blue glazed bricks showing lions, bulls, and dragons in raised lines. Ancient Egypt. Along the Nile, rulers cut limestone and granite blocks to make smooth-sided pyramids, long causeways, and wide halls filled with rows of tall stone columns. Capitals shaped like lotus or papyrus held heavy beams. Wall carvings and bright paint linked the pharaoh to the sun god. Twin-towered gates, sphinx lines, and slim obelisks guided crowds toward the temples, turning the desert edge into a lasting show of royal power. Indus Valley. Between about 2600 and 1900 BCE, the cities of the Indus River Valley followed a strict grid plan. Streets met at right angles, and fired brick houses rose beside raised sidewalks. Covered drains ran under every lane, carrying waste away. Public baths, wells, and grain stores show careful city management. No large temples remain, so the bricks suggest a culture that prized order, cleanliness, and shared rules over grand monuments. Ancient China. Early Chinese palaces stood on stone pads and used timber posts linked by puzzle-like dugong brackets that spread the roof load. Wide tiled eaves shaded courtyards laid out on a north-south line to show social order. Walls of packed earth enclosed the site, and watchtowers pointed ahead to later pagodas. In ritual halls, wood, earth, and sky were arranged to keep the emperor at the calm center of the world. Ancient Greece. Greek builders set rules for 3 column types: plain Doric, scroll-topped Ionic, and leafy Corinthian. Temples like the Parthenon used small curves and tilts so the eye sees perfect lines. Theaters cut into hills, covered markets around town squares, and stone homes on rocky slopes all aimed for balance and clear shape. The stonework showed a belief that public life and myth should sit within measured, human-scaled space. Roman Empire. Rome borrowed Greek looks, but added concrete. Long barrel and groin vaults, roofed courts and baths, and arched aqueducts marched across valleys. The Colosseum stacked curved arcades into huge sports seating. The Pantheon's 43-meter dome still stands without steel, its round opening lighting the hall. Forts, paved roads, and public baths spread the same building kit from Britain across Europe, North Africa, and West Asia. Persian Achaemenids. Persepolis stood on a man-made stone terrace reached by broad carved stairs that show visitors from many lands. Inside, forests of tall columns topped by paired bullheads held wooden roofs. Relief panels, colored glaze, and cedar beams mixed earlier Mesopotamian ideas with new Persian scale. The whole layout sent one clear message: many peoples, one ruler, living in ordered gardens under the King of Kings. Mesoamerica. Maya and later Aztec builders piled cut limestone or basalt into steep step pyramids with small temples on top. Many Maya temples line up with sunrise on key calendar days, and stone stelae record royal dates. In Tenochtitlan, the twin shrine Templo Mayor honored rain and war gods. Ball courts, skull racks, and painted walls turned main squares into open-air calendars where rulers kept the sun and maize alive through ritual. Inca. High in the Andes, Inca masons cut granite blocks so precisely that no mortar was needed. Terraced towns like Machu Picchu used trapezoid doors that rock safely in earthquakes. Roads of packed stone, rope bridges, and rest stations tied the empire together. Ritual pillars tracked the sun at key times, and mountain water was guided through carved channels, showing a culture that blended exact stonework with careful watching of the sky. Byzantine. The Byzantine capital built Hagia Sophia in 537 CE. A large round dome sits over a square hall because 4 curved pendentives bridge the corners. Light pours through windows at the dome base and reflects off gold mosaics, so walls seem to vanish. Later churches copied the central plan and marble panels inside, while keeping simple brick outside. The goal was to make worshippers feel they had stepped into heaven on earth. Islamic Worlds. From Spain to India, Islamic builders mixed local skills with shared ideas. A mosque often has a large courtyard, with a fountain for washing, a tall minaret for the call to prayer, and a roofed hall under one or more domes. Stone or brick walls carry repeating star and vine patterns and verses in flowing script. Ottoman architect Sinan linked half-domes around a big central dome, so wide space feels light and calm. Medieval Europe. Early medieval churches in Europe had thick walls and round arches, called Romanesque. Around 1150 builders found that pointed arches, rib vaults, and flying buttresses could lift roofs higher and let in more light. This Gothic system made tall stained glass walls at Chartres and Reims. At the same time, castles with keeps, curtain walls, and moats guarded lords and land, showing daily life balanced between prayer and defense. Viking/Norse. In Scandinavia, early farmers shared long timber houses with smoke holes. By the 1100s, they built stave churches, tall pine posts stand on stone bases, and layers of shingle roofs rise like a ship's hull turned upward. Carved dragon heads sit on the ridge. Wooden pegs let the walls move in harsh winters, and tar keeps out rain. The look joins Old Norse myths to new Christian faith in strong but flexible wood. Khmer Empire. At Angkor in Cambodia, Khmer kings built temples to match the Hindu view of the universe. Angkor Wat stacks 5 tower tops above rings of galleries and a wide moat that stands for the ocean. Stone carvings over a kilometer-long show epic tales. The nearby Bayon Temple adds faces smiling on every tower. Causeways, pools, and raised walks linked water management and religion, turning jungle into a planned, sacred city. Japan. Traditional Japanese buildings use a cedar frame set on stones. Brackets hold wide tile roofs that cover wooden decks called engawa. Inside, sliding paper screens adjust rooms around tatami mat grids so space can open or close. Gardens of raked gravel or moss sit just outside. Plain wood, soft light, and empty corners create an idea of beauty and restraint, where sound, season, and leaf shadow matter more than ornament. Mughal India. Mughal emperors in India mixed Persian plans with local stone. Red sandstone forts guard square gardens crossed by water channels. Inside, white marble halls have onion domes and inlaid flowers made of colored stone. The Taj Mahal shows the style at its best. A tall central dome, 4 slim minarets, and perfect mirror symmetry over a reflecting pool. The building glows pink at dawn and gold at sunset, a royal tomb built for love. African kingdoms. West African builders of the Sudano-Sahelian zone pack mud and straw into thick tapering walls studded with wooden beams that act as scaffolding for yearly replastering. The Great Mosque of Djenné is the largest example. Far to the south, Great Zimbabwe's walls are dry-laid granite blocks, forming high curves, and a cone tower once linked to royal grain. Both sites prove cities and sacred places thrived long before European contact. Russian Tsardom. Russian Orthodox churches combine Byzantine cross plans with cold weather needs. Brick or wood walls rise to onion domes that shed snow and point heavenward. St. Basil's in Moscow joins 9 small chapels under bright striped domes, echoing earlier wooden tent roofs. In northern Karelia, all log churches cover many small domes with fish-scale shingles that shine silver against the long winter sky, ringing bells over frozen rivers. Native North America. In North America, building styles fit ways of life. Ancestral Pueblo people stacked adobe and carved cliff houses with round kivas aligned to sunrise. Plains nations used portable teepees of buffalo hide around a central fire. In the wooded east, earth lodges and timber longhouses gave shelter to farming clans. Each form shows how climate, food sources, and seasonal moves guided design more than grand public buildings. Polynesia. Across the Pacific, islanders bent wooden ribs into oval frames and tied them with coconut fiber, then covered the roofs with pandanus leaves against heavy rain. Stone or coral platforms called marae marked open-air sacred grounds. Carved posts and figure boards told stories of family and long sea voyages. Because storms and moves were common, houses stayed light and easy to repair, mirroring life spent watching wind and wave. Korea. Korean palaces and temples line up painted timber halls around courtyards that show social rank. Curved tile roofs lift at the corners, and bold dancing color protects the wood. Stone pagodas and the Seokguram Buddha Grotto adapt Buddhist forms to granite hills. Village hanok heat thick clay floors from below and open sliding paper doors to breezes, balancing Confucian order, sharp winters, and the soft green landscape. Southeast Asia. Across Southeast Asia, builders blended Indian ideas with local stone and wood. Java's Borobudur is a walkable hill of 9 terraces packed with carved Buddhas inside bell-shaped stupas. Nearby, Prambanan shoots up tall spires for Hindu gods. Later, Thai and Burmese capitals gild Belchedi and stack teak roofs in many tiers. Snake, bird, and lotus carvings show how rainforest kingdoms gave global religions their own bright look. Thank you for watching. Which civilization interests you most? Let us know below, and consider subscribing for more architecture content.